Look at him. Mr. Superintendent.
Oh. Oh. Caught me sleeping.
Well, what were you sleeping from?
I've been working on the budgets here for the golf course, and I must have lost track of time. I must have been here all night. Some of the things that we do with the budgets is, one of the things we do is we go through all of our programs, our fungicide programs, our insecticide programs, our herbicide programs, and we talk to our chemical dealers, and we get the new and approved chemicals that are out there. We go through what it's going to cost us. We have a fixed amount of money that we're allotted for every chemical or every line item in our budget. This is the Holy Bible. This is what we have to go through and adhere to.
So you're actually working on what year here, Dennis?
We are working on the 2014-15.
So the one that will start on July 1st of next year.
Yes,
okay.
Our budget runs from July 1st to July 1st.
Okay.
Which for our chemical budget is kind of a little more difficult than normal for the other departments is because we're working on two different seasons. We have the spring on both ends that we have to do, so especially fertilizers. So when we do our budget for our chemicals, we have to keep in mind that it's not from, say, January to December like most budgets are. It runs into two different seasons.
Okay, so your two hardest ones really probably are labor and
yes,
labor and fertilizer chemicals basically is the
yes
line items that have the hardest parts.
Our biggest thing, like you said, is our wages and our fertilizer, which is our big account, commodities, and that has all basically. What it has in it is our operating expenses in the whole thing. That's what we run with, and that includes fixtures like standard golf, like the benches that you had taped earlier, ball washers, plastic cups, all sorts of odds and ends, stuff that we buy downtown, nuts and bolts.
And you have to list those pretty much out even within the individual department numbers too, don't you, for the most part? Or give generalities.
Each of these budgets have line items in it, and every line item has, say, for utilities, we have to figure that out. Rental equipment, that's our compressors that we blow the system out.
So this is not something that you just do, you can sit down and do in a day. In other words, you're having to do some investigating and looking out at past history from previous years and that sort of thing.
Yeah, we keep histories 4 years in a row on back. Our chemicals we have to keep for 7 years in case the DNR comes back on us.
Okay.
So there's a lot of actual record keeping in this industry. That goes with our spraying logs, our effluent water. We have a DNR regulations that we have to adhere by on a monthly basis, gallons usage. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we do here, and a lot of that is done in the winter or off season. That's when we actually develop our plans, and then during the summer we actually implement it. So a lot of people see the end of it, but they don't see the beginning of it. Okay. And that's what we do down here. Is Eric and I will get together and we'll talk on things we want to tweak from the following year. That's why we keep a lot of notes.
But basically you have to present this by end of January is essentially when it goes to council, doesn't it?
Yeah, the budget cycle is we have to have it in by December uptown, and then they go through it. And then here January coming up, we'll have a meeting downtown with the city administrator, and that's when all the departments go through their budgets line by line item. And that's a public meeting, so that's the actual end of it. That's when public has input on what we do and how much money we spend.
Okay. Anything else?
Just the fact is that this is the time that we do all of our planning and stages, and our door is always open throughout the year. If anybody has any complaints or anything they would like to talk to us, our door is always open, and we appreciate all the suggestions that we get. So.
Perfect. Now, as part of that green book, I noticed that your T-shirt or sweatshirt there, turn around and let everyone see what team it is. Is part of that planning process, are you trying to figure out how to help your Vikings become a better football team?
Yes, we need a lot of help, a lot of help. So we need input on there too. So if you want to come down and give us suggestions on how to help our team, more power to you.
All righty, good enough. Thanks. We'll let you get back to sleep.